Oh, hi.
Noon.
Hi, I'm Noon, and this is actually the second time I've recorded the majority of this video because I made it to the part where I cut the label or the sticker that they put over the cap on this bottle, and they decided outside that it would be a great time to start doing all the maintenance stuff. So it frustrated me to the point where I cut the video and then deleted it without realizing I could have probably salvaged like the first 5-6 minutes to save myself this effort. But no, I threw a bit of a fit. In any case, I'm doing something a bit strange with the lighting right now because I'm trying to combat the orange stripe situation. You know, these are supposed to be pretty dark red, and in the last couple of videos that have been looking more and more like Tigger. So I want to try to fix that here before having to play with it in the editor because I'm not very good at editing. So in the last video, I proposed a choice for the viewers, and it seems like about none of the viewers actually made it that far in the video, which is fine because it is almost 30 minutes of just some dude sitting in a chair drinking something. But the choices were between Chinese baijiu and a celebrity vodka. And then I realized afterwards that it's sort of a false dilemma, because even if the viewers said, "Oh, you got to do baijiu," it would be delayed because I could film it all right now, but because of the way I want to do that video and the fact that I'm going to feel the need to explain what baijiu is in case somebody doesn't already know. And from my experience, most Americans don't even know it exists, let alone what it is. I want to have one of my friends translate it into Chinese so we have subtitles on the screen in case people from that side of the world are curious about what this weirdo thinks about their product. She'll be using traditional characters instead of simplified, so that probably cuts out a large percentage of that audience as well. But you use what you got. So instead, we'll be doing the celebrity vodka anyway, and it's called Meili, and it's owned by Jason Momoa and Blaine Halverson. I don't know who the second guy is. Jason Momoa I'm only familiar with from like seeing his name on things at like the internet. He's an actor. Apparently he does like the Superman or something. It's one of those superhero like cape shit things. That's not my style. It's not my cup of tea, as it were. But for the added bonus of being a different type of nerd, it's made in Bozeman superheroes, Bozeman, Montana, which is where the first warp drive from Star Trek is tested. So if you're a nerd of either one of those varieties, there's something connected there. How neat. The bottle looks fantastic. It's made from recycled glass and it has a cool texture to it. It has this like cool medallion thing here. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. I guess it'd just be Meili vodka. I thought it was MW. It's MV, so it's Meili vodka. Duh. In any case, it also has these like cool bubbles in it. You can't see them on the camera really well, but it has like the hand-blown glass kind of bubbles. It's obviously not hand-blown, but it still has a good look to it. I picked this up at a grocery store for like $30, so I figured it was worth giving a shot because it's been a little while since I've given an American vodka a fair shake. I like my imports. I'm biased like that. It claims to be batch number 1's limited release. And I don't know how true that is, considering, again, I got this at a grocery store. Will it focus? There we go. Batch number 1, limited release. It also says on the label here, the bottle is numbered 226, but it doesn't look, but it doesn't look like a handwritten thing. So I wonder if that's a bit of a gimmick that they got going on. I'm not sure. Their whole thing apparently is like sustainability. The grains are organic. The water is never even filtered. It's naturally filtered because it's from an aquifer in Montana. Apparently the water is just naturally pure there. So they do very little processing. I appreciate that, and I'm hoping that it translates to a high quality product. But My experience with American vodkas is usually not great. And again, I think I already said this once, but I'm going to say it again. As far as I got in the last recording attempt was I cut the straps here and got a sniff from the neck, and it smells very botanical, very floral. And just to show I'm not like making it up or giving it a good show. Yeah, it doesn't smell like ethanol. I mean, you can smell that there's alcohol in it, but it's almost more like a gin type smell, like a good gin, than a vodka. But I'm looking forward to this. And after the previous frustration of having the bottle in my hand and I'm getting ready to pour into the glass, and then that bullshit started, I genuinely cannot wait to taste this. Just because I need the alcohol in my system now from dealing with all that. So and I'm gonna be using my whiskey tasting glass because I don't have a shot glass, and I feel like it's only fair if I use the same glass consistently across all my reviews and tastings as best as possible to sort of maintain fairness. That way I'm not giving anything a leg up by changing glasses. The only exception will be sake, because I use a very specific cup for those. So if I taste any sakes, they'll all be in that same type of cup. And if I had Baiju glasses, I would use that for the Baiju, but instead it will likely end up in this as well. Without further fuckery foot, the texture of this glass and these gloves interacts in a strange way. It makes me feel like the bottle's gonna slip out of my hands. So I'm gonna double hand this to make sure I don't fuck up. Even from here, that smells fantastic. So I'm not gonna go back and re-record that. I'm just gonna edit that out. So we've got our vodka in our glass. Perfectly clear as it should be. Give it a sniff. That smells phenomenal. Remember when I said in a previous little ramble that no, a good vodka shouldn't taste like nothing? It shouldn't smell like nothing either. This is, so far, they've knocked it out of the park as far as there's no ethanol impact with the smell. And it doesn't smell, it smells floral, but it doesn't smell like a perfume. It smells like a bouquet. There's a citric note in the smell, sort of like a lime. And as far as the flowers go, it smells like maybe a little lavender. It's complex because it's not. It smells like a walk it smells like a walk in the garden, like a morning walk in the garden. When you got there's a little bit of dew on the flowers, and it helps kind of create that grassy scent. Like it's a scent that if you bottled that for perfume, people would wear it. It doesn't smell overly sweet. It's not. It doesn't overly stay its welcome. It's perfectly floral. It smells like good baklava, if that makes any sense. It's got warm notes, there's a toasted pecan or a walnut type smell, and then you got the flowery smell like the rose water or the orange blossom water. I cannot wait to taste this. I could legitimately sit here and smell this all day. That is phenomenal. That is amazing. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's only distilled one time. The other vodkas are like, we distill ours 7 times, 8 times, 25 times. They distill theirs once. And I'm tasting honey. I'm tasting cardamom. It reminds me of baklava a lot. I don't know if it's like a psychological thing. It has like a sweet grass. It has a bit of a medicinal note. I'm not sure what to compare it to. It's got a syrupiness to it. It's medicinal, grassy. Ginger. Maybe a little bit of lemongrass. And berries like currants or blueberries. This is a vodka that has no burn. None. I'm aerating it in my mouth like it's a wine. And it tastes more like a gin. Yeah, like if I'm looking for it, the berry note, I can kind of manipulate it in my head to make it kind of seem like juniper. But it's more like elderflower or lingonberry. And there's like a pastry note that sort of hovers in the middle somewhere. And that's where that baklava thing keeps coming from. But it kind of reminds me if you ever had like a lingonberry croissant or I'm going to start off this video saying I love my import vodkas, and it's been a long time since I give an American vodka a fair shake. And I think I may have just found my new favorite vodka of all time. And for $30, if you like vodka at all, if you like gin and you're curious about vodka, or if you just want something that just will blow you away, that's a clear spirit, this Meili vodka. Go out, buy some. I haven't endorsed a product. Holy shit. That is, I hope they're proud. I legitimately hope they're proud of what they've created here, because that is amazing. And I will be finishing this entire glass, and 14 minutes, I think I've said and done everything I can do. Let's see if we can't figure out any the flavors are so good and they're so complex, and none of them overstay their welcome. They don't. It takes you on a ride. And that is an absolute mind bender, considering most vodkas, especially American ones, refuse to commit. They're afraid to commit to flavor because they think they can get by on mixers. What cocktail would you make with this? Most vodka cocktails, aside from like a vodka soda, most vodka cocktails rely on the vodka to just be there to provide the alcohol, not supply flavor. What cocktails would I use this for, aside from like a vodka soda, which would probably help aerate some of those botanical flavors? I would have to play with this. And for $30, you can afford to. You can afford to play with it as much as you want. I think that this is a vodka that could sit in for a gin on several cocktails, just because of how much it has going on. And they're all floral notes. They're all bright and like brassy grass notes, and that's a beautiful fucking drink. And it's a Hammer and Sickle was a vodka I referenced here. This blows Hammer and Sickle out of the water as far as the complexity goes. I considered Hammer and Sickle a separate vodka. This crushes that. And now with the Russian vodka bans and stuff still in place, you could buy 3 bottles of Meili vodka for the price of 1 Hammer and Sickle if you could find it. Again, there's no syrupy mouthfeel, there's no stickiness, there's no. The flavors are there, they stay just the right amount of time, and then they kind of go their separate ways and then disappear. That's incredible. I could stay here for another 10 minutes probably singing the praises of this bottle, but I'm just going to go ahead and have to end this video here just to keep it short. Meili vodka. Fucking buy it.